Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back to start a new show on the channel, kind of. This is Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story. Obviously on the channel we have already reacted to Season 1 and Season 2 of Bridgerton, so if you're interested in those reactions, I'll link them in the description down below. I have so much fun watching this show because I just allow myself to really just just dive into the story, get a little loosey-goosey, have a little fun with it, and just really lean into like the the messiness of the conflicts, you know, the relationships and the drama, and I really allow myself to get into it, and I just have a lot of fun doing it. And so this one is kind of, I guess, like not a continuation of the story. It's like a branch off, right? Like it's like a prequel spin-off in a sense. There's only 6 episodes, I believe. So it's shorter than like a normal season, but I think the episodes are longer. So it's kind of like a limited series essentially. But it's covering the youth of our resident coke fiend. It's probably not coke, it's like tobacco or whatever, but I call her a coke fiend just because she's always snorting. Our resident coke fiend, the queen, and her romance with her husband that we learned about in season 2, who is like, he's like sick, barely remembers anything, but back when they were together, they had a torrid romance, baby. They were living life, and they were lively and in love, and it was probably fantastic. And we're gonna learn all about that in this show. So for the most part, we're not gonna have like any of the same actors from the main Bridgerton story. Maybe we'll see like the Queen in early in episode 1, maybe. Or like here and there. I imagine if she appears in more than one episode, that actress would be limited to like a minute or 2 per episode. I don't know, because they really want to give the focus to the younger actors. But we will see familiar characters, because I assume plenty of the parents and stuff that are in Bridgerton and you know, all the elderly characters are gonna be all young and fresh and perky in this show. So yeah. I think that's all I gotta say before we dive into this. Before we do that though, if you end up enjoying this reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. Go check out those old Bridgerton reactions. And then if you're interested in seeing the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. Since this is the first episode of a new season or a new show, that uncut will be completely free and public for anyone to check out, and if you find that that's something you're interested in going forward, then your support would mean the world. But other than that, let's check out episode 1 of Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story.
Dearest
gentle reader,
this is the story of Queen Charlotte from Bridgerton. It is not a history lesson.
Okay.
It is fiction inspired by fact.
Okay.
All liberties taken by the author are quite intentional. Enjoy.
Rad. Sick. Sick as, man. That'll get some people off their backs with their historical accuracy. Ugh. Shut up. Why do I already recognize the song? There's a ghoul. Girl. What's up, shawty? Friggin' eyelashes. Hello, sir. You trying to get a sneak peek of that king? It's not him. The one you're marrying is a white. That was the sealing of the deal. Oi! You know what? You ain't property. Get mad. She she calculated the value of however much money that man just made for selling her off, and she found the nearest art piece worth that much and broke it. So she's like, "You're giving me away for money? I'm gonna lose some value for you real quick." Ba-dum-bum-bum, ba-dum-bum-bum. What is this song? I feel like I know this song. Ooh, animated. An animated intro. That's fancy. I wonder what the significance of the art style in the intro is. Like, is there a thematic meaning to it? Marge Simpson hair. Julie Andrews. Love Julie Andrews. Queen Charlotte, a Bridgerton story. Man, how many times can they put Shonda Rhimes' name in this show? One more time. Written by Shonda Rhimes. We gonna say anything?
You give the appearance of a statue.
Statues are works of art. Art is beautiful.
So are you.
I am wearing Lyonnese silk encrusted with Indian sapphires, working with overlay of 200-year-old lace. If that were not enough, the gown sits atop a bespoke underpinning made of whalebone.
Whalebone?
Yes, whalebone,
It's a
brother.
expensive-ass outfit.
All the finest corsets are whalebone. You would know that if you knew anything. If you ever
Yeah,
paid
idiot.
attention, you would also know that the problem with whalebone is that it is rather delicate and also
I,
very,
of course,
very sharp.
knew that whalebone is the go-to.
Oh, how joyful it is to be a lady.
The joys of being a woman.
You are upset.
You gathered that?
They did not want someone stupid. They wanted you.
Adolphus, think. Why me? He could have anyone, and yet they came hunting all the way across the continent for me. There is a reason for that.
Because you are special.
You won a raffle.
I know it cannot be a good reason because you have not looked me in the eye since you told me.
Just,
Oh, he knows the reason?
this is a good thing. You shall be happy.
A good thing for whom? Your pocketbook?
I do not see why you could not just...
Because they are the British Empire,
Yeah, you don't.
and we are a tiny province in Germany.
You don't say no to the British Empire.
We had no choice. I had no choice.
That's the unfortunate situation.
But I cannot question, because I cannot make an enemy of the most powerful nation on earth. It is done. So, shut up. Do your duty to our country and be happy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that must suck being a political piece like that, but... Like, I totally get her perspective of, like, I don't want to do this. This sucks. But I also understand his side of being like, yo,
I am sorry,
I don't want...
but there are worse things than marrying the king.
I don't want Britain to burn our country to the ground. Ooh, there she is. Hello.
Your Majesty, I am sorry to disturb you at this hour with such news.
Shut up, Doctor, and talk. Is he dead?
He?
The king? Is he dead?
Oh, no.
Who is? Who? What's? What
Have
are
you
you?
no sense?
Why are you here?
It is treasonous to interrupt my beauty sleep.
Who's dead? Your mother? Your sister? Your daughter? Your cousin?
Doctor, if the king is not dead,
You are. Stabs her.
who is?
This coldest time of year has become that much colder with the sad news of the death of the Princess
Yeah.
Royal.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The granddaughter of our dear King George III and Queen
granddaughter.
Charlotte died in childbirth along with her baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Sorrows, sorrows, prayers.
That's your granddad and your daughter. Are you not sad?
After all, Her Majesty has 13 children.
So many.
And now not a royal heir from any of them.
Big yikes.
The traditional gown will be more in our fashion, for our family.
No one cares about your family. Why are you following me? Is this the dude that always gets her coke or tobacco?
I'm always with you, Your Highness. 5 paces behind.
5 paces behind.
5 paces behind.
Always.
Always, Your Highness.
You are always there. Behind me, just all the time.
Whenever you need me, Your Highness.
What is your name?
Brimsley.
Yeah, it is him.
Tell me about the king.
He is the king, Your Highness.
Yes.
She's gathered that.
She is very brown.
Rude.
I did say she had more blood, Ma'am.
You did not say she would be that brown.
But I did say she had more blood.
Very brown.
Okay. This is the route we're going.
It is a problem.
You're a problem. You can suck eggs.
We shall expand the guest list for the wedding and add to her court.
Are you saying...
The king is saying. I am only his mother. I say nothing.
She has quite the sway, though.
Of course, Ma'am. It is only the king realizes that the wedding is in 6 hours.
Well, who does not want to attend a royal wedding?
Oh, we just inviting people off the street. Swag. Oh, wait. Okay. They're going around to anyone that's not white. And they're like, hey, yo, you want to come to this wedding? Rhythmic thumping. Oh, someone's boning, and she is not remarkably having fun. Is this man dying on top of her? Oh, he old as hell.
It was a good ride.
She would disagree. Oh, damn, son. You taking out your teeth right after you bone? That's your whole ass jaw, son. Smother him. Just take a pillow and kill him.
The butler says he received a letter from the palace.
You're invited to the wedding.
You have been invited to the royal wedding.
Is he handsome? Is he kind? Is he funny? Is he warm, well-read, artistic, athletic?
We can discuss the order of the matrimonial ceremony.
Is he cruel?
You're going to have wonderful children together.
What is that? Come on, guys. I don't hate that dress. It's kind of a nice looking dress. Welcome. Are you who I think you are? Are you the Duke's grandmother or aunt or whatever?
I am so pleased to have you here with us today on this family occasion.
Yeah.
Lord Danbury.
Lady Danbury.
You are honored to be Lord and Lady Danbury now.
Bitchin'.
It is time we were united as a society, is it not?
You're getting a whole ass house. A house on the ton is now yours. Kill him off. Kill this old man.
What have you done now, Brimsley?
The bride is missing.
I like that brickwork. She just spots a random tree and she's like, I'm gonna climb that. She's like, there is a 1 in 10 chance that he is behind that wall. Or she's just finding a way to escape.
Are you in need of assistance of some kind?
I am quite fine, thank you. You can go back inside and wait with all the other Gawkers.
I will, but first, I'm curious. What are you doing?
Nothing.
Escaping.
If you must know, I'm trying to ascertain the best way to climb over the garden wall.
Climb... whatever for?
Escape!
No one will speak of him, no one. He is clearly a beast or a troll.
Understood. You want me to lift you over the wall so you may escape?
That is what I said, yes.
That's not in his best interest.
You refuse to help a lady in distress?
Yes.
I refuse when that lady in distress is trying to go over a wall so that she does not have to marry me.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
I'm George.
What's up, George?
I am deep pleased.
Surprised? Hand touch right off the bat.
Not your majesty.
George.
George. The king situation. It towers over us. Accident of birth on my part.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't plan that part.
I will not eat fish, it is horrible. I like books and art and good conversation. Most of all, I like science.
Science?
Sick.
And I'm very nervous about marrying a girl I am only just meeting minutes before our wedding.
Why?
But I cannot show it and climb over a wall because I am the king of Great Britain and Ireland, and that would...
And the colonies, forgot those. But not for long. Half these colonies gonna rise up.
Charlotte.
Mwah! That wins him over every time. She's infatuated. Don't look down. Headstrong. Be confident. Just look at him. Just only look at him.
Pieces fall into place.
What?
Scheiße, she looks beautiful, husband.
The pieces fall into place. See, he's smiling. Who cares what everyone else is doing? Look at how cute they smile at each other. This is very ethereal music. Interesting choice to not have the dialogue. Like even subtitled. I say unto thee, you may kiss the bride. It's a good smooch. That's a good smooch. Hooray! Now, go tell Lady Stark where she can shove it. She has a very cute smile.
Be careful, ma'am. I know that if you send for me, I shall come.
What's that mean? It's your new house.
What do you think?
It is
See
lovely.
my halo,
You listen.
halo, halo. You do.
I had it redesigned just for you.
This is our house.
Yeah, you're the goddamn queen. What do you think this is, girl?
What do you mean?
This is where you shall live. I had all of your things moved here during the ceremony.
I'm not sure I understand. If this is my house, is it not also our house?
I suppose officially St. James's Palace is our house, but this is where you shall stay.
And you shall stay...
I have an estate in Kew.
And why?
It is our wedding night. We are supposed
to fuck.
We are married. Are we not supposed to
George.
do what married people do?
George, brother, first you kiss and then you know. He had a boys' night planned.
George.
He was gonna go play cards with the boys. Why do you have separate homes? Is the question, sir.
Why?
I thought it is easier.
Why?
I am not going to debate this with
I
you.
merely want to understand. You need to at least tell.
I do not need to do anything. I decide. I have decided I am your king!
Wait, he's up there, Tonto.
May I withdraw, Your Majesty, or did you want to say anything
You got
else?
some anger issues, Chief.
Charlotte, this is for the best.
Why?
Of course, Your Majesty.
You ain't gonna explain why? Her kids are a bunch of drunks.
Queen of the United Kingdom.
Hello, my children. No sexual innuendo makes an impression upon your sisters. I wish it did, that they might get ideas to marry and start fornicating.
Mother!
Instead, virgins to the left of me, whores to the right.
I believe I am a married woman.
Well then get making babies. What you doing?
You have made 0 heirs to the throne.
I am trying.
Are you? Really? Dearest, I explained everything to you. I drew you pictures. We had 1 heir, 1 royal, and she is gone. Sorrows, prayers. It is time to find husbands. It is time to trade in the mistresses for respectable wives. One of you had better produce the next ruler of the United Kingdom, or your father's line dies with him.
Yeah. That's important.
Mother, you can't really expect us to believe.
Your father is on his deathbed, dude.
Your father and I made 15 royal babies all by ourselves. I do not see why the whole lot of you cannot make just one.
Dude can't stop crying. It legitimately should not be a difficult task. You're goddamn princes.
I should have gone over the wall.
Maybe. That might have been the decision. That might have been the decision. Credits in memory of Jacqueline Avant. I don't know who that is. Okay. Very, very interesting start. I enjoy the young queen. Her predicament is quite interesting. As is, the predicament of every woman chosen to be the spouse of a ruler, essentially, throughout history. So often throughout history, marriage has not been an issue of love. That makes sense, especially in royal weddings. It is often a contract, an agreement between parties to soothe nations, bring political parties together, make heirs, make babies, and the woman's aspirations and desires are often not taken into account. They're very much seen as objects to advance the line of succession in royal weddings. And that very much seems like the case here. It's very interesting because the king he's of 2 minds. Like he's I don't want to say he's bipolar, but like he portrays signifiers. He's got behavioral signifiers that make me feel like he's bipolar. I don't know much about King George and like who he was as a person, but like if he was bipolar, that would make sense. I mean, obviously he in the show he had like early onset Alzheimer's or dementia or something like that. And I don't know exactly how much they're going to touch on, but yeah, he's just a very interesting guy. Cause like she very much doesn't like, she goes through a journey, a roller coaster of emotions in this episode, right? She starts off and is like, yo, this sucks. Everything sucks. I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. Like, I would rather impale myself with my undergarments than do this. And they're like, no, you have to do it. Like, you're doing it. It's not really a choice. And then she's asking everyone, like, what is the king like? Tell me anything about him. Is he kind? Is he athletic? Is he tall? Like, they're shrouding this man in mystery, so that she has to essentially learn everything she knows about him on the day of the wedding. And so she's like, I'm gonna escape. I'm gonna get the hell out of here. And then their first interaction, like the first time they talk to each other, he's like so sweet and so patient and kind of charismatic, and they have a chemistry together. And their first interaction together was just like, okay, I could really dig these two together. Like, I think that would work. Like, they're cute together. They make each other laugh. She talks back to him, and he's not like immediately like, how dare you? I am the king, right? Like he's like, I'm just George. Like, he wants her to see him as just a guy. And that they can seemingly have a loving marriage full of kind, sweet things, and obviously making babies, but like we'll be happy together. And then she switches her mindset to be like, okay, I'm kind of excited about this. Like, this could be dope. Like, he's great. I like him. I'm into him. I can marry him. I'll be the queen now. Like, that sounds rad. Other than the man following her 5 steps behind her whole life, she's kind of stoked on the possibility, right? And they have the wedding, and it's nice, it's cute. They invite a ton of people of non-white lineage to make up her court and make up, unite the sides. However well that went. And everything seemed to go okay, right? Maybe Lady Danbury knew some stuff, because she was like, be careful. And if you call for me, I will come. So Danbury knew stuff about the king somehow that other people didn't know. I don't know. Or at least that the queen didn't know. And then, towards the end of the episode, the tone shifts substantially from like a happy episode to, oh, this is a lot more troubled and messy than we thought it was going to be. Because he's like, you're going to live in this house, and I'm going to live in a house across town. We're going to live separately, seemingly, and I will call upon you when I want to fuck. Or if he doesn't, maybe he doesn't ever want to do that. Maybe he is in love with someone else. I don't know. Like, there was a reason he chose her, and I don't know why. Like, what specific reason did he have? Like, was he the one that chose? Or was, like, his mom, Lady Stark, the one that chose? Or the court chose? I don't know. But there was a reason she was chosen for, whatever reason. But then he has his own reasons for not wanting her to live in the same house as him. And it's very, very confusing. And she's, like, trying to, like, question him about it. She's not even being, like, that abrasive in her questioning, right? She's not, like, talking back, being all sassy like she was in the garden when he seemed to enjoy it and like it. She's just kind of, like, genuinely questioning, trying to understand the reasoning behind why she has to live in a different house. They're married. Like, aren't they supposed to be, like, a unified thing, like, under God, right? A British Empire at this point, still a Christian country nationally, according to that, right? They would probably follow the Christian church, and their marriage ceremonies would probably, follow those ideals, and rituals or whatever. And a big part of Christian weddings is two become one. Maybe she's like, hey man, like, aren't we supposed to be one now? Like, why are you shunting me off to a whole ass house that I'm gonna live in by myself? Like, I don't want that. And then he gets like angry and he's like, I am your king. And it's like, okay, chill, brother. Like, you need to take a healthy step back before she gonna throw some hands. But she's like, okay, if that's how it's gonna be, like, if you're gonna play that card when you want to get your way, then I'll be professional about it, and I'm gonna take a step back myself and call you your majesty. Like, the moment when she slips back into the formality of it and she's like, your majesty, like, he knows he effed up. And there's, I assume in the future episodes we're gonna learn his exact reasoning. You know, what the frick is going on? Why does he want her to live in this separate house? Obviously it continues, I think. Like, does it continue? Because at the beginning of this episode, she's in this big ass house on her own, and then his people come up and she's like, is he dead? So, like, obviously he doesn't live in the same house currently. So what's the dealio? What's going on in their relationship? I'm very curious to see how that develops. But then the other big plot point is the heir to the throne died. The only one who had managed to produce an heir died in childbirth, killing both the baby and the mother. She was just like, seemingly didn't care. But none of these kids want to have legitimate babies. She's like, all the dudes keep whoring themselves about and producing bastard sons and daughters that she ignores, because obviously they're not, technically royal. And none of the girls want to get married and have babies themselves. It's like, you have 15 children and none of them want to step up. like who's it gonna be, right? So presumably that's gonna be a big plot point for the rest of this season. I'm pretty sure their line leads to, like, Queen Victoria, if I can remember off the top of my head. So maybe we'll see the birth of Queen Victoria in this. I forget which son has Queen Victoria. I think it's not the oldest one. It's like the second or third or fourth or fifth. One of the middle sons has Queen Victoria. And so I'm curious to see if we reach that point in this series, like at least the birth of her, or the marriage of or coupling of her parents. I don't know. We'll see what happens though. Either way, this was a fun first episode, very interesting first episode, and I'm excited to see more going forward. Definitely let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments down below. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. If you enjoyed my reaction, please leave a like on the video. It means a ton to me, helps my channel grow. If you're new here or you find yourself coming back often, hit subscribe, ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then again, if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider checking out my Patreon. That is linked in the description down below. Since this is the first episode of a new show or a new season, it will be completely free and public for anyone to check out. And if you find that that's something you're interested in going forward, and then your support would mean the world. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.